reviewing. I hope you started your day with the prayer and you got the time to go and look back the chapter today, which is, I think, chapter number 10 for you. But together here in this group, as we are covering the 7 week of practice in 3 days, we will be practicing for chapter number 11 and 12 together. So I thank you for being here and on this beautiful journey, spending your time with us. And we are also learning, we are also growing as you are enjoying the journey of Unified at your end. So to continue the journey, I would like to welcome Nehaji today to go over the chapter number 11 and 12. Welcome, Neha.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Preeti ji, again for welcoming me with your lovely introduction as always. And I also welcome all the masters. Thank you for joining the session today. I am also very truly grateful to have this time with you to explore this journey, that inner journey that we are taking. And with the guidance of Mahavatar Babaji and all the wonderful ascended masters who are supporting us in this journey, it has become so easy and so beautiful. And of course, all thankfulness and gratefulness to this wonderful duo of Shailesh ji and Preeti ji for creating such a platform where we can express ourselves and also coming up with this incredible initiative of making this book available for us in both the languages, right? And actually, they are the higher self of this entire group, it seems. So they are guiding with their experiences and knowledge, and we are adding to that bank. And also at this moment, let's also be grateful for Roger Lanphier, the author, who could channel this book for so long, and how he became an instrument of love for the creator to express himself so creatively. So many tools, techniques, various other ways that has kept us interested in this book for so long. And I'm sure many of us are enjoying these practices as it is intended. It is nothing to be very, it never felt forced. It felt easy. It felt very in line with our thoughts. So, and we have applied those techniques and we are seeing various changes in our life. Now, coming to the review week, if we start in the beginning only, we have been reminded that in our quiet period, we are free to do any of the practices that we have learned over the weeks. We can practice making our claims. We can practice the yes and no signals. We can practice the aura cleaning techniques. That is that has become now natural for most of us. And we can also practice asking our higher self to gain wisdom about certain aspect that we might want to know. So we are free to use that time to develop further clarity on the practices that we have been doing. In addition to it, each day, just go back and review what you learned each week. Like what wisdom you received that week. It might be possible that some of us may feel that we have not received much, or we have not done enough, or we did not put enough time to practice this course. But don't let those feelings take away your gratitude, because at all those times we were learning and we were expanding ourselves. We were always taking in something new. So we have been given this opportunity to not only see our growth chapter wise, but also overall growth in this beautiful journey. So many aspects of our own being we have discovered. And that is how we experience the abundant nature of our being. There's so much to us that we are exploring every day. Especially coming to the chapter 11 and 12, if we talk about enlivening the heart and experiencing the love flow, they both emphasize on making the heart alive and making the love flow, right? Those weeks we created formulas, corrected thoughts, which came between our heart and our all-knowing intelligence. All-knowing intelligence about all-knowing intelligence and knowledge about the creation. So the two gratitude practices which we are covering today is from the 11th and 12th week. Whenever you revisit these old chapters, also go to the subsequent prayer that week and connect it together, what you received in that chapter, and complete this whole circle of receiving and giving. That's how we feel the flow. That's how we are connected with our source. We feel that connection. That keeps our heart enlivened and empowered too. So just to remind you that in your personal practice, you could go back to chapter 10. Today is the second day for you. So you'll go to chapter 10 and you will do the subsequent prayer. So reflect on that chapter and then you can do this prayer. So we learned in chapter 11 that our mind, although has the power, our intellect has the power of decision making, but the decision made is always with some sort of limitations, and they may not necessarily align us with our primary purpose. So there are so many examples in our daily life, like we can think about if you decide to do something based on just facts of your mind, but your heart is not feeling the same way. For a stay-at-home person, while you are dedicated to your home and family and personal responsibilities, there's always this nagging feeling behind you that the society might not value our role in the same way uh, as they do with someone with a job, with a paycheck. So the mind may tell you stories that you need a career to prove your worth, and your heart keeps reminding you that your work in the home is just as important, even if it's not recognized by external standards. So that kind of mind and heart clash is always in our daily life. And when it comes to relationships and also in our spiritual life, these kind of, this imbalance is there. Like mind is always focusing, if we think about the house, so we are thinking about maintaining a perfect household, or we are thinking about maintaining a perfect career. But our heart always tells us that you need to give quality time to your partner, your kids, friends. You need to give quality time to yourself. So we should not let any of our role consume us so much that we neglect the relationships around us, the source of love. Although the source is within, but we are developing that connection. Through this chapter, we developed that connection to receive love in various forms. So that connection is very important. In spiritual life also, sometimes we become so focused in some aspect that we don't relate to the people around us, and that doesn't make us feel complete or balanced. So that is why it is very important to have that tuning between head and heart. So these are some examples that I'm only citing here, that how your heart guides you into higher wisdom, because it knows everything about you, about your higher mind knows whatever situation you are in, and whatever problems you're facing, it guides you according to that, and uh, the guidance is aligned to your primary purpose. And these are the times when, if we don't listen to that inner voice, we miss enlivening our heart, listening to the heart, especially uh, during these kind of head heart conflict. We take such choices that do not keep us aligned with our innate nature, and the struggle begins. And so long we have only been listening to our mind. And now that we have developed this habit of listening to our inner voice, it is our chance to bring our heart alive. And so that both head and heart come in balance. So it's about integrating the wisdom of the mind. Mind is not going anywhere. You will still need the mind. So it's integrating the wisdom of the mind with the intuitive knowing of the heart, with that intuitive wisdom. So this week, our practices were mostly around thoughts of self-worth, or limited thoughts, what we think about ourselves, and how we are only catering to some expectations. And so many times we took choices which were not aligned with our uh, primary purpose of being unified. So those thoughts we corrected them, made them more empowering, and made our heart more, we made claims to make our heart more energized and empowered. So I would love to hear if anyone wants to share at the end about how a simple reminder like this, helped you to notice that thing that we have been avoiding. Already maybe we may be aware about few things, but just a simple reminder to listen up to your heart more might have changed your perspective about everything. And we were also told about this practice of uh, kinetic signal, a physical signal that helps you to get a yes and no from your higher self. So I hope that you could practice, and if you haven't, then it'll be a very nice tool if you develop on the signal, because then you have a foolproof method of taking decisions from that state of balance. So if anybody would like to share again the experience of their yes and no signal and how it helped them, and please go ahead and do that towards the end of the session. Then after that 11th week, in the 12th week, we learned about experiencing love flow. And both the practices are very closely connected, because unless we are aware and we listen to our own heart, we cannot experience the real nature of love, because our mind is always busy, always thinking, always judging, analyzing, planning. And it also, based on past experiences, it tries to protect us a lot for some reason. So if we listen to the heart, it speaks a completely different language. It communicates through feelings, through presence, through a deep knowing that probably it is difficult to explain. We cannot explain it in words. Think about the moments where you have felt a very warm, quiet peace inside, or maybe when you helped someone without expecting anything back, or when you just go out in nature and appreciate a beautiful sunset. Those moments come from the heart, and that's where our inner nature, the love, that we talk about, it really opens up. And when we listen, keep ourselves open to this heart, to this all-knowing intelligence, we are not only connecting to just an emotion, but we are connecting to the whole universe, the whole of creation, this universal energy of love that we are talking about. And if we did the 11th week practice, followed everything according to the guidelines of 7 days practice, we might have also discovered that the link, the heart, the link that from that we feel is nothing but a heart which feels love for everything around it. It is love for me, for my family members or my friends, my missions, my dreams, for the world. It is only out of love. It is only from the space of love. It may be projecting differently because of the filters of the mind, but the base of everything is love. So, listening to the heart is a vital step. That's why we were given chapter 11, because to uh, tune into that radio, the God's thought, to that frequency, love's true nature becomes undeniable. I mean, it has to come out naturally in us. It's no longer, love is no longer just an idea, it is your own experience. And if we read the chapter, there is a sentence in the book in the 12th week that we are developing conscious awareness that love is what you really are. So before this, our minds might just be doing lip service to the sentence, I am love, I am light. But now, with your own experiences, your own conscious practice, this is becoming your reality. And you are consciously becoming aware of the fact that you are nothing but love. It's not because we are saying or Babaji is saying, but it's your own experience. You know that on your own. It's your own self discovery. And with this personal discovery, we have also discovered that others are also the same reflection of love, whether it is my family, my brother, sister, grandparents, children, friend, anybody I see is a reflection of love. It is underneath every layer is just love, so, and all that, um, the roles, those roles bring out the experience of love that are specific to me. That is also very interesting, because my friend may not feel the same love for my parents the same way I feel, right? So we were told to connect to nature, or to pets, or maybe see a beautiful sky full of stars, anything in the nature and sunshine, or a small newborn baby if also brings out that unconditional love in our hearts. And why? Because most of us would feel for nature the same way. We may receive it differently, but inside of us, we feel nature in the same way. We feel blessed with when we go out in nature, spend time in nature. Because the love that time when we are in tune with the nature, that love has no filters. So we receive also clearly. So the channel is absolutely clear, and that is when we feel the unconditional love that we talk about often. And that um, realization that I'm such a powerful link to feel that love. I can feel this love for the entire creation. So that mindset automatically shifts you into gratitude. And I remember uh, we had beautiful experience. All of us had beautiful experiences that week. We shared also a lot of beautiful claims and all the experiences. So I'm very thankful that you all came forward and shared it. So we have to keep doing it. It's a continuous and conscious practice, right? So we made claims this week to understand love in its purest form and experience love from all the sources, and gradually drop all our filters, all our biases that comes in between um, me uh, and the receiving of love, right? And when we consciously practice it over and again, the more we return to our unified state. And if you remember, this chapter said that we are, the chapter was intended to feel oneness with everything. And slowly, slowly, when we get to that state, that unfoldment gives us the right meaning of love, of compassion, of being abundant, being joyful, and being in the state of gratitude. Even if things are not going our way, since we are open to receiving, there is always something to learn, there is always something to take away from there. And many times we have not, we feel like we have not received anything, so why be grateful? But if you listen to your heart, you would see every time the heart will give you 1,000 reasons to shift your mindset to what you have instead of what you don't have. It will give you reasons to be grateful for any kind of pain, any kind of hurt, for the people who might have wronged you, cheated you. And the heart gives that unconditional guidance that those experiences came to break you free from the illusion that you were living in, and it had some deeper lesson for you. Maybe you needed to create some healthy boundaries, some healthy relationships. Maybe you need to learn more about yourself. You need to focus more on you. So that's the state of gratitude we want to feel and we want to be in. And it only comes when we realize we are love, not only to ourselves, but to everyone. And everyone is the same, in the same unified field, right? That infinite supply of love that was talked about in this chapter, we are so free to give it and we are so free to receive it without any filters. So take this opportunity, and every day we have so many opportunities to feel love in different ways. We just need to tune in ourselves and see everything with love, and it happens gradually. Doesn't happen in one go. It happens gradually. So give time to yourself. Giving time to yourself is your love to yourself. You are trusting your heart and you are going with the flow, to keep that link active, to let the heart know that you are listening to it and not rushing into anything. So, as much as these uh, prayers in the book are written for reading, but I felt that it is a practice of cultivating gratitude within us, because when it comes to receiving something internally, like something spiritually, or some kind of development, or some kind of uh, uh, progress internally, we often take it for granted, and we often take credit for that, because I chose to do this, that's why I came so far, or I joined this so I came so far, or I did read so many books so I came so far. But we forget the grace that has been always showered on us. The whole universe conspired a lot of things to get you here, and we forget that everything is already happening with a higher intelligence. And as we return to our true nature, we must remember to feel this in our heart. So that is how I will just end my talk. If you'd like to add something, please go ahead. Shailesh ji, Preeti ji.
Nothing to add from my side. Thank you. You did a very, very detailed um, recap of both the weeks. Very important for us to understand that these 2 weeks, what did we really do? We switched our command center from the mind to the heart. This is that process, right? So very important. Like you mentioned, give time to it. Give as much, the more time you give to it, the more this will become our nature. We will start living from the heart. Thank you.
Thank you so
That's what
much.
that creating formula is doing, right? So resolving all the thoughts that is not aligning, right? Thought that is not letting our heart be open to all knowing intelligence. Every week and every day we practice that, and the same practice was there for 2 weeks, right? So that's what we are summarizing today. And now we are there actually to lead our life from our heart. Thank you, Niyaji. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'll just get into the practice for today. Beautiful practice. We should get into with a beautiful mindset. Whatever we have learned, whatever we have not learned, that should not take the feeling of gratitude away, because everything was adding to our expansion. So let's get ready again and get ready for the practice. You can dim the lights, you can drink some water, get into a comfortable posture. Shailesh, I would need your help to play music today.
Sure, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Thank you so much. Okay, you can take off your glasses, masters, and take a comfortable seating position and close your eyes. Let's take a few deep breaths. Slow, deep breaths. Close your eyes gently. Relax, come to this moment. Just relax your body. Let go of any tension. With each inhale and exhale, just feel that you are opening your heart softly, gently, petal by petal. You are preparing to connect with the love within. Just simply notice that even in the busyness of daily life, there's always this quiet presence inside you. Feel that steady force, the energy that has always been there. When you start observing your breath, you could connect to that silent space within you. It is that part of you that feels love, feels compassion, feels all the God qualities. Even when things are hard, even when things don't go your way. This love, this presence is the sacred connection that you share with the Creator. And it's not far away or separate from you. It's something very real and very close. right here in your heart space. Take your awareness there and just rest there. You will feel how lovingly your heart relaxes you. It is ready to shower love on you anytime you want. And you don't have to do anything special to find it. It's always with you, ready to guide you, support you. And we felt our heart becoming vibrant so many times in small moments of life, in small joys of life. When someone said something kind, or you said something kind. Or when you just go out in nature's beauty, and a beautiful morning just took your breath away. Or just feel this inhale and exhale. This constant interaction with the life force energy. A lot of peace just comes by observing this flow of breath. And I feel this because peace is my nature, not because it is coming from outside. I recognize this as peace. As it's my true nature. And as this divine peace, this love, this light flows on me, I open myself to receive it. I open myself and my aura to receive this light, receive this love, and take away all the unnecessary energies that I hold on today. So affirm with full intention to all the uninvited influences in my aura. I send you love and light. You are each whole and healthy. You are each created as love and light. And you are still love and light. I ask my higher self to take you to your perfect place, as you are no more afraid and not in pain. You know your true nature. And you know your true place. Each of you can go peacefully. See how your energy shifts, the difference in your body. You can feel light, feel relieved of many things. And now you are fully safe and fully protected to experience love of the Creator without any inhibitions of the mind. So I close my aura to all except my higher self. I open myself to my own knowing intelligence. I send love, light, peace to all thought forms around me. That's how Creator has made me. Thank you, Creator, for giving me this heart, which is cosmic connection to you and all of your creation. Just as a tree's roots connect deeply to the earth, grounding it and feeding it to its growth, my heart connects me to your infinite love. And to every living thing around me. Just like any leaf on that tree or fruit of that tree has all the qualities of the soil, I have in me all the qualities of you. your gentleness, your love, your compassion. Your omnipresence in all the leaves of the tree, all the twigs and all the branches. You are everywhere, and so am I. Because I'm one with you, I am made in your image. The knowledge of creation, the wisdom, the understanding of me, myself, and others, and everything in this creation that I received is that everything is love. This knowledge is mine now. Even a small insight that I gain in my quiet moments or reflections when I do my daily chores. I claim this knowledge to be mine. I receive this knowledge with an open heart and I embrace the wisdom. I experience your omnipresence. Thank you for preparing my heart. Heart is ready to feel you. In all forms of creation. I welcome these little gifts of love. And even on the days when I felt lost and overwhelmed and anxious, you reminded me that your deeper part, your higher self, the part of you is always complete, is always wise. It is always connected and it is perfect in all ways. This connection kept me safe and steady. My claim has now come true. I am ready to see the world with your vision. All my senses in this moment are yours. My heart has become one with you. And at this moment, I am just grateful that you talk to me in your mysterious ways. And I'm able to tune myself with you, with my truth. I realize now that my heart is way bigger than I thought it was. I was denying my truth. Denying that my heart is so powerful, so full of knowledge, wisdom, patience, infinite energy. This is just to name a few. I am ready to receive more and more of your grace with each breath. My Creator, you have made me from the deepest core of your heart. And I realize now that I am beautiful and a very unique expression of you. I drop this veil of ownership of this body, of this mind, of this heart, of this world. And I lovingly give it back to you. What remains with me is just you. And my heart is full of joy. My heart and head is in tune with you. And that is my whole self, which is ready to experience creation. Feel this love. In every cell of your body, which is thanking the Creator. Let's affirm this prayer together. Let's feel these beautiful words. Repeat if you would like to. Dear God, my Creator, thank you for my heart, my cosmic connection to you and all of your creation. Thank you for the knowledge of creation, knowledge which is mine. I do now empower my heart to receive all that is mine in love and peace and joy. I thank you, God, for never letting me separate from my higher self. I thank you for always providing me with a link to my whole self and to you. Feel these words, relax in your heart space. For your diligent practice, the reward is all of creation. A state of being one with everything. No separation. Reflect what you received all this while. What you learned. And feel this feeling expand. You are in so much love and so much joy that you cannot express. It is all at the throat center, trying to find words. Release with smile or release with your tears. It's happiness It's an expression of your happiness and joy. Don't resist. A way to enliven your heart. And every such opportunity brings us more closer and closer to the Creator. My Creator, just like a potter who carefully shapes clay into a unique vessel, you have made me with so much care and so much intention and so much love. Every part of me, my thoughts, my feelings, my dreams, my desires, are expressions of your loving hands. This reminds me that I am valuable, very, very special and worthy of love simply because I exist. You have made this creation with so much love. From the tiniest flower on the side of the road to the vast mountains and oceans and sky. Every part of the world is a beautiful creation, a reflection of your love. The way I feel sun on my skin, the way rain nourishes the soil. These are just some examples that you have poured your heart out, you've poured your love into everything. When I see birds soaring in the sky or hear children laughing, I recognize the loving energy behind all that life, all that juice of life. And I am amazed as to how you have connected this thread of love to everything. You have weaved through all beings. And I receive love from my family. When I receive smiles from strangers, kindness from people, I know you are working behind them, making me realize that I am a part of something greater. I am more than what I see. And every time I notice this, I feel that connection, that love is ever present. I just need to see the world with love. You have created me with so many gifts. A purpose of being unified. And I honor this uniqueness and celebrate all the qualities today of who I am. And I radiate love like the sun rays. I shine like the stars. From now on, every word I speak, every action I take, every thought I hold, let your love be my guide. And let this love freely flow through me to everyone around, much far than what I can see. And let this love flow through my being. Lifetimes after lifetimes. In whichever way I did not feel love, I send love to all those corners, all those places. And accept me for being in your image. I am so unique, so special. And I come to the knowing of it. Let's affirm together and thank God. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Dear God, my Creator, I thank you for making me with love. I thank you for making all your creation with love. And I thank you for the love that connects me to everyone, everything, and you. I am a unique individual, and I now radiate love and allow it to flow through me. You are ready to breathe in love deeply and freely. Feel this love expanding. It's infinite supply, and you can feel it. Allow this gratitude to fill your whole being, like a gentle wave of peace and joy. This acceptance that comes of being made in God's image means that I can think, love, create, and choose just like God. That makes me different from animals or nature. I feel blessed to have a heart to connect with Him. This makes me feel so important. And this feeling helps me to love myself and love others better. So reflect back on how your relationships have changed through these practices. Bring in those people. See how much easier it has become to see love. The situations that we were holding on to, the pain, the illusion that we were holding on to, it is so much easier to let go of them. And in times that we don't feel good enough, just remember that God has made me in His image. He has given all the divine qualities to us. And never separated Himself. It's everywhere present in me at all times. Saying thank you to the Creator means more than just words. It means I'm living in a way that shows I am grateful. That I am aligned with His thought and His qualities. Feel this invisible thread of love. Bring it to your family members, friends, strangers, animals, pets, the whole of earth. Notice how you are a part of a greater experience. You are here to experience all. And with this open heart, let's thank our higher self for the loving guidance, always protecting us from all uninvited influences. Affirm once again that I close my aura to all except my higher self. And that now you have this light, this wisdom of your truth. Let's be in awareness. Let's show gratefulness to God by being in this awareness, by living in this awareness all the times. Let's be thankful once again to all the connections that made this unity possible. For the kind souls like Mahavatar Babaji, who is on earth to help each one of us, is in service to humanity. Feel gratitude for everything in your life. And once you are ready, gently bring back your awareness to your body, to the room around you. You can unclasp your hands, put both the palms on top of your eyes, and gently open your eyes, carrying this loving, grateful energy with you into the day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, Masters. Thank you. It was definitely a very rich experience for me today. Thank you so much for your energy and your time.
Thank you, Nehaji. This beautiful, beautiful experience. No words to express thanks to you for connecting us with that energy, with that feeling of gratitude for we being in the image of God, we knowing the creation, we experiencing the creation and the creator. Simply no words. Such a beautiful, beautiful, marvelous share of words with words and the energies. Totally mesmerized, totally mesmerized. Thank you so much. Thank you. Tears are there, heart is soaked, swelled up. So much feeling of love. Thank you. Thank you for bringing us to experience that with your words, with your energies, with your love. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Preeti ji. I forgot to read the prayers, but I made sure that I cover it up in the meditation.
It was meant to be like that. I mean, what
Yeah.
you brought during the meditation, just reading is not enough. The feeling that you brought for everything, every line was elaborated so deeply. I was totally touched. I made so many notes. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, every line of it is actually opened a new dimension to me. That every line is saying so much. You know, the line that thank you for the knowledge of creation, knowledge which is mine. And then you come to think, what is that knowledge which is mine? I mean, the whole creation, the whole experience is mine. So that's how I felt it. And that's how I expressed it. So it came as an experience first, and then I got the words to deliver it. So I think everything was meant to be the way it was. Thank you.
Seeing life in this moment with open heart, it brings the true meaning of it. Otherwise, we just hear a chaos, we hear a noise, children playing, shouting. But just pay that attention, what's happening behind, you know, as if you were guiding, as if you are God, and you are bringing everything together. How difficult it is to make it unique, but connect it with love, to experience love and the unique expression of love. Every time there's a new feeling, it doesn't repeat itself, even though the situation is same. Such a beautiful experience today. My day started so beautifully. I'm so happy today. Yes, no one is finding words to thank you enough for this beautiful meditation. Shailesh is quiet also.
This is what happens when we start living from the heart space, from that all-knowing intelligence, right? So for us who are doing it for the second time, we are going very deep now. We are reaching those areas of our own existence where we had never been before, and now it is all opening up for us, right? So that this is truly the experience we all can have once we are going deeper and deeper. This is the experience we can live as such. This is the meaning of the purpose rather of this book, to bring us to this place, this space, living from the heart.
Also, the group energies, the presence of each one of you is so prominent and so important because, we may feel this, but delivering is another thing. And it happens when everybody is in that energy, in that frequency. So, I mean, if because I know I record meditation, so I know the difficulty when you are not there physically, and when you are there, it happens so naturally. So that's what everything is like coming together. Even just go through and listen the meditation if you went in trance by any chance. Just listen it. It's so beautiful. We may not find words to put them like that. You may feel it, but you may not put the right words for that. But today, because we are all there, you know, and it's coming to us, making us realize, okay, see, this is what, didn't you experience this? Are you still looking at this little limited body? Or do you just see beyond that? Many masters have said that what is that beyond you is marvelous. It's so beautiful. But how do we experience it? And Babaji is making it so simple that we can put all that in words. And today through Nehaji, it was amazing, amazing.
To experience our true essence, what we are now learning called love, right? All of us need to also remain open to understanding love in a completely different way from what we know already, what we know as from our upbringing, what we know about love versus what we are now experiencing are two very different things. This, I'm not sure if you have understood the living from the heart part of it. Living from the heart part is experiencing love in everything around me, experiencing love from all different forms of existence. That means also one more thing, that you are not experiencing love through your senses. It is not from the mind. Your senses are not involved. You are not touching anyone. You are not seeing anyone. You are not hearing from anyone. Now think about your previous definition of love. You always want somebody to talk to you. You always want somebody to touch you, or you want to touch somebody. You always want to see somebody. Now that is all mind. all the five senses connected to the mind are delivering that sensation which we define as love. When you start living from the heart, you use those senses when necessary. Now you don't have to use those senses to experience love. And that definition, once you understand this difference, this shift, this change, you begin to experience it all the time, irrespective of what's there around you. Because now your senses are not becoming the criteria for experiencing love. You yourself, then your state is of love. And in that state of being love, you just experience joy all the time, irrespective of what is going on. That is the real meaning of living from the heart. And once you have understood the real the definition of love, it is pretty abstract, very difficult to define because mind will not take it. But once you begin to experience it, you don't need the mind to define things for you. So living from the heart, experiencing love in all aspects of existence around us, that is really the key of everything. That is our chapter 12.
It makes us forget all the grammar, syntax, everything that mind has learned. When the heart comes in expression, it just feels a new language totally. It can only be felt with heart.
Yes. So
as you were saying, Shailesh, I just realized the slum area, and that came into my mind. And there, the beauty still lies. The God presence still lies in so much happiness, so much joy, even though there's so much difficulty, and still the life looks for that beauty, that hope is there, even if the time is difficult. That light is always there. And how we see, when we put our mind with our own experience, with our own intellect, we think everything is painful. But just go and see in their heart. The smile is still so beautiful on children's face. The hope is still the same as we are hoping in our life to get it better. Isn't it? We have everything, but still we hoping that something different will come and things will be better. Or where we are living the present moment, that what I have is enough for me. For this life, I have chosen this role. Everything is perfect. And so for everybody else around me.
yes, and when you talk to those children who are just able to start expressing themselves, they behave just like a king. Everything belongs to me, right? That's who we are actually.
That
That is our true
freedom.
expression. Absolutely. It doesn't matter what their parents are, but they are the king. Absolutely. They own everything. That's how beautiful our existence is. Yeah. Anybody would like to ask something or
I would
share?
like everybody to share their gratitude prayer or their experience with today's meditation and throughout the journey of Unified in part 2. All the difficulties or anything as a reward. Please share.
Yes, Asha ji, you can share.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. It is unbelievable. I don't think I'm here, but lot of things through the meditation Nehaji or through the experience Nehaji took us. The one first thing that happened was In the Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter, first line is upside down Ashwatha tree. And it talks about, and I could never ever understand what it was. And today, when she talked about the tree and the love that comes from God through the roots into the tree, and that upside down tree, and each branch is an expression of love. I could feel each of those nothing but love. That tree was full of love just coming down and giving that expression of love through each branch. Each leaf is an experience of love. And they just float around in the breeze. Breeze is nothing but love and joy that is enclosing each of these trees. So if we think of ourselves as an individual, even that is enveloped with love and joy through our experiences, through the love that flows through us. And all we have to do is remove those barriers that we have put around us. And then there is nothing but love. And when she talked about love in each of the cells, it was like Krishna, the love, dancing with the gopikas. So each cell is dancing in love, pulsating with love, and there is nothing else. And when she talked about each of us being unique, it is like our favorite knife in the kitchen, our favorite ladle, our favorite vessel, whatever it is. We are each person uniquely favorite of the Lord. We are each expression, whatever we came to do, that God made us do. I mean, God is flowing through this instrument that is me, just like one of my favorite instruments, my pen, my book, whatever it is. So that was another beautiful thing that happened. And she told us to each day show our gratitude and love. And that, we do that mentally. I might, when I'm washing my hands, I might be grateful to the water, grateful to my hand, grateful to the experience of the coldness, hotness, whatever it is. But when she said show gratitude, it had a totally different, it was like you are not in the body then. That experience of hotness, coldness, everything is, it is just flowing out like a fountain. It is not a experience of the sense organs at all. So that was like, it was so beautiful, so beautiful. And then at the heart level, the petals opening up of love, and then it just, there is one flower that closes at the end of the day, or every flower closes at the end of the day, but that was what it was, this flower with beautiful petals all the way reaching out into the universe and closing everything and anything. And it was just beautiful. Thank you so much again and again and again and again. There is nothing else. Thank you.
So beautifully explained. Your experience is really precious experience. So beautiful. And for all of us, it's something to cherish, actually. We all can have this experience also. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so much.
sharing.
That too with
I would
tears,
request.
of tears of joy.
Yes, absolutely. This is beautiful. Yeah, the joy.
Thank you, Ashaji.
Thank you.
Whenever we connect to the nature, to all the creation, as the more we connect, the more we experience what we can now call love. Think about, irrespective of what we are learning in this course, just think about the last time you went to maybe the mountains, or to a seashore, to the beach, whatever, wherever, or into a forest, wherever you went. just for a change. And first time when you arrive there, wherever you went, and the feeling that you get when you arrive there, you suddenly feel the awe, the beauty, that the overall experience of being in that spot, right? That feels so good to you. That actually is experience of love. That truly is the experience of love. And once you extend it to all the time around you, it doesn't matter whether you are in nature or you are at home or you are in a public transport, wherever you are, love does exist all around us in all those different forms. We have to just be accepting that love, be open to that love, be able to see the love there. That is the most important part. When you begin to feel that love, yesterday also, Jyotiji was asking how do I utilize this concept of duality, and this is what is the way in which we can actually utilize this concept of duality. Whatever is visible doesn't look like love to me, but that there's another side of it which is actually love. So when I think it is hidden, that means I am not seeing it. Maybe the eyes are not able to see, but you may be able to feel it, right? That is where the key is. And when you start to feel that love in everything around you, it's just like you see a beautiful sunset, that feeling that you get, a beautiful beach walk in the morning, or just a view of the mountain. Whatever it is, a beautiful flower is blossoming in the morning. That's all. That experience is nothing but that is what really the love is. That experience is the love. Not going and touching somebody or hearing some beautiful words or things like that. That is only a very fraction, because it simulates that feeling of love. That's why we think it is love, right?
That
That's
is one way of having it, but yeah, there are various ways,
yes,
definitely.
exactly.
And the source is always us, it's within.
Exactly. Source is us, always.
I love the way I still remember you said once, just feel yourself and see how do you feel about yourself. And if you are not feeling at ease, if you're not feeling love, how will you bring love to others? Or how will you receive love? So that is what it is, you to be love. Then you experience everything as love.
Yes. Sheelamji wants to say something.
Yeah, Atma Vandan to everybody. Today it was a mesmerizing meditation. Actually, Mehaji really opened our eyes to make us realize how much of love we have been enclosing upon, but never realized it was so much of love that we are living in. The beauty of the sunrise and the beams of light of love, the beach where you see the beautiful moon and the way the waves move,
Yes.
the innocent children laughing away in spite of whatever poverty they are in. There is joy in everything, the way she explained, and we have not realized that this is true love. It is just the joy of the heart that, which we have been, as Shailesh said, we are always thinking our love is only with our five senses. The love is from the heart, which is really was very, very touching. To see love in every aspect of God's creation, to see love in every human being that you come across, we know them or don't them. It just makes you feel, oh, I know them, but you don't know who they are. But still, that God of love is which is just tying you up with everything you come across or everything of creation. So I think it was so touching that we never felt like we should come out of that ocean of love that you are dipped in. The joy that was giving to the whole self. It's beyond words. So just want to thank the way you people really touch our hearts and awaken us.
Thank you so
Actually,
much.
when we studied the chapter, we didn't realize the depths. Today, I thought, in this, when we're revising, it really brought so much of depth and so much of joy. It's beyond words. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. As Asha ji was sharing today, just now when she was sharing about her experience, I remembered one of my own experiences from, I think this is like almost 10 years ago. We used to go out to the countryside here in British Columbia, where the weather is a bit better than where I live. Here there's a lot of snow, but there the weather is slightly milder weather, and you just go there. There's a lot of greenery there, a lot of dense trees and so on, and there's a lake nearby. So we usually rented a bed and breakfast there. We used to call it bed and breakfast then. Nowadays we call it Airbnb. So we used to rent some place there, and just the family goes and stays there for the weekend. That's what I used to do very often. So one of that incidents I remember, it was in the morning. I usually I am used to getting up early, so I just woke up early, and I was sitting on the deck in a relaxing chair. I was just sitting there and relaxing, and above me there was a very beautiful dense tree. And as I was lying there, sun came out, and the shadow of or the rays of the sun passing through the leaves. That picture I have never forgotten. That the colors, the green, the colors of green, so many shades of green, and the beauty that I experienced at that time cannot be forgotten. That experience cannot be forgotten, right? So this is how you feel it, but you don't realize that, okay, this is, I experienced love. Today I can now relate, well, that was the true experience of love. This is how beautifully everything around us is constantly showering love on us. We just don't recognize it. So, yeah, so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Masters. Neha ji has got a request for all of you here. She says, I am now tired of hearing Shailesh ji and Preeti ji. What is your take on 7 parts of creating formula? So, all of you have to now speak on behalf of Shailesh ji and Preeti ji. Right? Tell us your take on 7 parts of the creating formula. What do you think? Why do we have
Yeah.
those 7 parts?
Yeah, I think, because I have always, before I got hold of the book, I was also doing some sort of manifestation, so-called things, and which were not truly manifestation. And I always had this doubt. I don't know if you remember this, but in your sessions earlier, I always had this thing that manifestation just can't be on the go. You need to be in that state to manifest something. So the understanding in this book has really brought me the clarity that how, being in that state of oneness is so important, and the state of receiving is so important to actually receive something in life. First you need to tune yourself with that receiving thing, and then you claim whatever you want. And that way, I mean, for me, once that a lot of things were already spontaneously happening, and I always have this synchronicity like around me, and I notice these things, so the formula helped me, step by step, going through each of it. Like if you go to the 7-part sentence, like God, and then that feeling, which is described in the book, that alignment with qualities. And once you start practicing it deeply, you understand the place you are at, to seek something out there. And then it's like, first you need to be unified with your whole existence, and then you seek something. And the question that Geeta ji is asking, that why do we say, claim, and accept? It's very, it is said in the book, and we have also described it in various ways. My take on it is that when we claim, we just release all those doubts in our mind and we believe in whatever we are saying. If we don't believe in whatever we are saying, then it can never come true. And it has to, that feeling has to match with the claim. So when you say claim and accept, you are accepting. And it's interesting that when you go back in the book and see that it is written that I claim my self-acceptance. So when I was reading, the thought that which came to my
Okay.
mind was, what is the self-acceptance that I'm seeking here in this books, particularly in my life also, is the state of self, in which I came, and in the state of self, the whole self, the whole self, that is where I need to accept myself. So if I claim something, it needs to be in alignment to accept myself. If I claim something. So my idea is that if I believe that I am love, and I create a claim for experiencing love from all sources of creation, I release the doubt that anything can come in, like any doubts or fears or any inhibitions come in my mind. So that way I'm adding more power to my claim. Basically, by saying this sentence, I'm adding more power to what I want to manifest. So that is what it means to me. Anything else, Geeta ji? Do you like to share your own experience?
So in the meantime, while Geeta ji is getting ready, let me again, Geeta ji will say, no, no, I'm tired of hearing you, but it's okay. I will still tell.
Yes,
So
and we are always ready to listen to you.
what I
And
wanted to
we are
say
not
here,
just talking to two people, right? We are here, 50 people. We want to hear everything.
Waiting
so
for unmute.
unmute. Oh, Geeta ji needs to be unmuted. Oh, where is that? Yeah. Okay. Yes,
Thank
Geeta.
you, Neha ji.
Uh,
Actually, it's so great to hear Shailesh ji, Preeti ji's take. But one day, Shailesh sir asked, uh, what is, because in the creating formula, I have noted that this is in part 3. God and is part 1. Step 2 is I, where I say I see myself in the same God qualities. Um, is there a lot of background noise? Birds chirping and all?
no, it's
It's
good, good.
fine.
That's
It's
loud.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live in a beautiful campus. So in step 3, this claim and accept comes together. And that day, I was pointing out that thoughts are in part 4, where the formula says that focus now on those thoughts which interfere with your claim. So the understanding that day when Shailesh sir was saying that yeah, thoughts are, if that is there, then this is the difference, or maybe the distance to be covered from claim to acceptance. If you're getting my point,
Yeah.
you claim something
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you accept only when you're given that, na? So there is something. So otherwise, this would have been just a claim. But here, part 3 is about claim and accept. God and I claim. Sometimes it is just claim. Then we may talk about thoughts first, and then we may with gratitude and all, we may accept this. Hi baby.
It's his bedtime already.
Yeah,
Yes.
so if it's
Sorry.
time for you to leave, I would understand, because maybe this would require a lot of deliberation, because things have been put here with so much of, I mean, one has to understand, like they say in Hindi na, manan, chintan. So those aspects are required for all the words which are there.
Yes, that is true. I mean, see, because we were doing, guided sort of things, so we used the 7-part sentence in the way, like God and I claim and accept, and we made a all-knowing intelligence, claim and accept my all-knowing intelligence, But if we do this on our own, then we'll be probably, first making a very simple kind of formula for us. We would not attach too many heavy words to it, right? So when I attach something which is more believable to me, then it becomes easily acceptable to me, right? Because I know, like if I claim that God and I accept love from all forms of creation, there are very few thoughts that come instantly that may block the creation of this claim. Very few thoughts. So it's very believable that I am available to experience love from all parts of creation, all sources of creation, right? So when we later sit with that claim, then you can work out on the thoughts. So that's why in the book we have been reminded many times that start with believable things. Start with what things you can believe. Then it's easy for you to accept. And the acceptance comes as a part of it. That's what I have understood.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like, think about it like a mom trying to take a child to the school. Okay. So your child is the mind, and now you are trying to tell the mind to manifest something, getting it to a state of manifestation. So you are giving it the formula. Okay, is it okay with you if I pack this in your lunchbox? Would you like to carry some of this? Do you want the sandwich? Do you want to take some snacks? Right? I will pack all this with you. Then the child says, okay, now I'm ready to go to school. Right? The child accepts to go to school. This formula is something like that. But the most beautiful part of it is that when you are in that state of happiness and joy, like I was just mentioning, right? Like Ashaji has experienced from the meditation today. In that state, what are you actually? You are in a state of absolute love, the true love. That means you are experiencing something which you really want through every means that you are trying to define. You are trying to define, well, okay, I want a big house, I want that kind of car, I want this, that, all that. Through all these things, what do you really want? You want that bliss. Ultimately, you are thinking that when I have this, I will feel so nice. That feel so nice is that bliss you are looking for, which temporarily comes whenever you acquire something. Right? Now, without any of these things, through the meditation, you are able to experience that bliss too. Right? In that state where Ashaji was in the morning, if you manifest something, you ask for something, it will happen. Trust me on that. Try doing that experiment. In that state, because at that time you are agreeing in your entirety, you are agreeing as total existence is agreeing that yes, I am in the present, I am in bliss, and this is how I want my environment to be. That's the experience I want from all these things that I am asking for. So ultimately, manifestation for that, this alignment part of it is this only. That acceptance part comes from being in this state. Here, in that state, you will never be able to say no. Right? When you are in that state where Ashaji was, you cannot say no to anything. Right? That means you are in that state of ultimate receivership. And then your manifestations will happen right away. That's the alignment, right? Of course, you have taken care of the opposing thoughts. But the primary thing is being in that state while
Yes, I
manifesting.
think, you're very right, because more than the words, it's the state we should aim at, it's the state. So
Yes,
it's just,
yes.
you may hear manifestation formulas everywhere, but what is the state of you, depends on that. So this formula actually, it's an expansion. It's an expanded view of that state. They have broken down everything to get you in that state, to make you feel that state. That is the only intention of this formula. It's not that you create formulas and, it's something else. The intention of the formula is to get you in that state so that you can manifest. So look at it in that perspective. Yeah.
Correct.
May I please
Yeah.
add to this? That state part is covered in step 5. That is forgiveness, where in the very chapter where the creating formula is introduced, it is clearly mentioned that end with this section by saying, my heart is in a state of forgiveness. So that part of forgiveness is actually symbolizing that state only. But forgiving love. So it's about the state. So, like I said,
Yes.
there are 7 parts, and actually they have a very deep meaning. So, today I wrote a lot about what I understand what is the difference between an enlivened heart and a strengthened heart, empowered heart. Sorry. So, let me. First step is God and. Second step is I. Third is claim and accept. And truly here, this is mentioned here. You need to begin with the believable, like you were saying. And the day when Shailesh ji questioned me about my question, I replied like, I may be claiming an aeroplane, but do I have a place to put it somewhere? I mean, I make a claim and then to accept it, I have to think where to put that. No? So if I claim for a car, I know here is the place to park the car. So that was the take immediately which came to my mind. So I also thought that I have to claim something which I can now accept. I may claim, and then if I say that no, I am not ready at this stage to accept this thing because that preparedness level is not there. So it has to be believable. Then step 4 about this creating formalized thoughts. It's those thoughts which will not let you manifest whatever your claim is. Then part 5 is forgiveness, and I think this is about the state. My heart is in a state of forgiveness, and forgiveness is forgiving love, right? Part 6 is thanks. So, and part 7 is Amen, where it has been explained that Amen itself symbolizes that now I release this claim to God and to the natural laws of creation. My claim is now created. That is the nature of natural law. Then they write Amen again, but this is how Amen has been, or Tathastu has been explained here. So, part 3, claim and accept harm. So, your statement is very much coming from the chapter, and this is what came to my mind also that day. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and it's in the chapter to go slow. It's there to reflect on how we approach to the chapter. No, we just don't start claiming aeroplane and all. That is why it is saying when you start with small things and you see that happen, then you are very much eligible to claim an aeroplane. First just see that happen, that, and also the end product, like Shailesh ji says, what is it that you are getting out of it? And then your desires change, and then you actually claim the bliss and the joy, and that's all we need, right, for the state of unification, for the primary purpose that we say. So that is what it is.
And
Yeah,
now
indeed it
I'm
is.
reminded of
Yeah,
a story, and I think that
yeah.
had come out of Shailesh ji's mouth only. It was that people in a village, they were praying for rainfall. So one day they had a yajna for that. So they called the pandit, and the muhurat was fixed that day they will pray, that they will perform that puja. So everybody was going to that puja because they really needed the rains for the crops and all. So they found a girl who was going with an umbrella because she was thinking when the rain comes, I have to be prepared. So I think the yajna part is where they were all claiming, and acceptance was where she was going with the umbrella. I think Shailesh ji, last year you gave the story only, है ना?
This is a story I heard from Osho in one of his things. So came from there. Yeah.
Yeah, but here it
But
fits
yes,
very nicely.
perfectly fits. Absolutely, yes. You have fitted it in the right spot. Perfect. Absolutely, yes. That umbrella was an indication that how much trust that child had in the outcome of their performance. That's how, and when you believe, it will happen, right? So the child was in that state, the state of being, that state of receiving, and of course, definitely in the present moment. So the entire process, as it has been explained, is not just one sentence. The thought behind every part of the sentence, whenever we want to manifest something, we, while creating the formula, we need to go through all that detail, as it is mentioned in the 10th chapter. Every time you create a formula, mentally go through that whole process. That is how you will reorganize your thinking, and then the outcome, whatever that sentence that comes out, becomes your formula. It reminds you of that entire processing. But try this thing now, be in that state, like after this meditation, for example, the way Ashaji was feeling, that state, wherever you can, however you find your own way of reaching that state. Once, and before starting that process, create your formula, whatever you want to achieve. That be prepared to ask, to ask there. So go into that state and then ask for that.
I'm going to hear the recording again because you are referring to Ashaji's. Maybe I wasn't around, so I have missed some of that.
Yeah,
But I'll
try.
listen to
Yeah.
the recording. Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
just try
So,
that, right? And don't do with something which you can't sort of logically or rationalize in your mind. Do it with something small which you can rationalize in your mind. Do it with something like that. That um, maybe the experience of being in Nainital, for example, right? Be in that state and say, well, okay, I just want to have a vacation in Nainital, right? That sort of a thing, in that state, and then see how do you see the results coming. Something of that nature, which your mind will not object to. Right? Just like that baby you are sending to school, okay, I will give you this candy you carry with you, this snack you take. Then the child agrees, okay, now I can go to school. You know, the mind has to be given that candy.
Coming back to the 7-part formula and the state, we being, as Nehaji said, right, the state starts when I say God and I. That is for my mind to learn who is talking here, not that lower self, not that limited self. Then I go and I shout out that my heart is in state of forgiveness. So I am that purity. I'm not holding any grudge from anybody. I know life is for giving love, no matter what is there outside. That is adding to my state. That comes from that I am non-judgmental. You be in that state, you don't even need a creating formula. Because Babaji said in chapter number 9, everything is there for your enjoyment. You just need to claim it for with your love, with your forgiveness and thanks. That's what was revealed without any formula in chapter 9. Go and see that line. And in chapter 10, he gives us a creating formula. But he doesn't write a creating formula that, okay, I am going to claim and accept self acceptance and all that. He elaborates each and every part where we are dealing with what we want and why we are not having it. But truly, as I guide the meditation, when we go in that space of higher self, of God and I, there are no more desires. We just want to be in that state. Then life fits perfectly. Everything, whatever is there, even there is garbage on floor, it doesn't bother you. It doesn't pinch you because it's perfectly light there. But why I'm removing it? It's God for me. Why I'm sweeping the floor. Every dust is God. That tiny little foot brought all these. That love is there. But then I say that, okay, it was yesterday's energy and I sweep it out and I bring new energies. So that kind of inner conversation my higher self gave to me, what I'm doing. So that kind of approach every day, it changes the way we work, even the cleaning dishes or anything tedious. It brings you in that state, the state that we are talking about. Then everything happens just for you. It's so beautiful. Definitely the thoughts, resisting thought, it is the part of we not accepting what we want. That's where the thought part is, to resolve all your resisting thought. If you are trying to embrace yourself fully, and yesterday you did some mistake, and you cannot accept yourself that, okay, am I saying I'm in the image of God and am I living it? So that goes there definitely. So every part has to be felt. It's like a sutra, a formula, definitely. And it has a deeper meaning. Every word, everything that we say, we mean it. And how beautifully Babaji gave in claiming true desire the words to focus on. Even though I'm working, what is the difference? Everybody is earning, but I'm experiencing abundant wealth with that. So I'm experiencing my abundance. My life, my relationships are fulfilling. So he says that I have unconditional love from all my relationship. So that kind of claim comes when we use our higher self. Then it is not a temporary joy of having a BMW and riding. Tomorrow my desire will shift to a bigger bungalow. Right? So that happiness that a slum child is carrying, we lose it instantly. So no matter what is, many times it is difficult to be love in difficult situation. And I like to manifest that I be love in those situations. And many of you have shared that becomes my inspiration, to manifest those things in that way. That keeps me in that level all the time. That's what I want. I don't want anything to manifest physically by asking, you know, with my state of being, things comes automatically. So that is more important.
I want to say a couple of things. Geeta ji, the detail in which you are looking at this formula, the depth to which you are going is really commendable. You will become a very, very strong manifester very soon. Your manifestations will become really powerful. So just know that you are now going to have tremendous responsibility on your thought process. Right? Manifestation is not a joke. So you will have a lot of responsibility. Any thought is going to manifest. Start.
Thank you, sir. But
Yes.
one of the desires which I have written today is that probably I will also, just like Preeti ji, I will also do one unified course. So, but here
Yes.
I have written here, what I have written here is यूनिफाइड कोर्स को बिना कुछ भी ऐड किए हुए किया जाए, ऐसी इच्छा मुझ में बार बार जागृत हो रही है. Because the thought which came to me, I just wrote it down.
Yes.
So I'm getting a very strong desire because the day in the second time when I noticed that Babaji has mentioned that do not add anything on your own.
Yeah.
So I thought, what if I really do it in that, going strictly by the word? And definitely I would like, because in the beginning he allows that you may do this course with like-minded people. So I said, I will just, if the line mentions that you have to sit in a comfortable position, I do not even specify the posture. I mean, I'll find some newcomers because I deal with the students. So if I do this course, I will do it, I will try to do it in the strictest of, I mean, following it word by word. And then, of course, one thought which came to my mind, because I've been to many places, there was one group which is called Awaken. It is not Awaken, it is Awaken. So, kin comes from kinship. So, this Awaken group is run globally. And what they have is initial 45 minutes are sitting in silence. There is no guided meditation, nothing. There is no guidance. And then there is a reading. And then anyone who wants to give his or her take on that reading, like what happened during World War II, why Jews were being targeted and all that. So some readings come like that. Some come with like how we proceed in life, and awaken.org has a lot of readings there. So we used to have our meeting on Wednesdays earlier. Now that circle is, we're not meeting there anymore because so. But I suggested to that boy who was holding those meetings in his house that if we are finding it difficult, people are not coming, why don't we try to do it in a virtual manner? He said the way awaken is, I mean, I was doing it with that all that purity, whatever was there in the mind of the founder of Awaken. So we used to have food after also that meeting. So Awaken has that kind of a structure. So that's nice. Sir, one more thing. I think there is a deep meaning to why Babaji has taken these things in order. First of all, self-acceptance. And even in self-acceptance, it says that first one has to work on the heart. There is an order in which Babaji takes us to perfect health, right? So the weeks which are there, we start in the 9th week, claiming true desires, and 10th week, creating the world of true desires, 11th, enlivening the heart. So like that. I think there is a very deep reason behind this order also. And why does self-acceptance only comes when one has an enlivened and empowered heart? So,
Yes.
of course, yeah.
Everything builds upon the previous thing, right? So it's all building up
Yes.
gradually to a certain level. Now, following the book strictly is something, let me explain to you. One more aspect which probably you will realize, that this course is not to be taught.
Yes.
It is a self-taught course. Everyone has to teach themselves.
Sir, in fact, that
I
makes more
wanted
of
to
a
say
sense.
the same.
I'm realizing that everybody's pace cannot be the same. In the beginning, it is clearly mentioned that you may take more than a week.
Yes. Yeah. So what the purpose of our running a course like this is basically to encourage that buddy thing, right? Okay, together when you are studying
Yeah,
in a group,
friendship.
you tend to be more disciplined than you would otherwise be, right? Our normal tendencies are like that, and life is like that. So that was the intention of doing it like this. And in the process, we were feeling encouraged to grow ourselves. As simple as that, right? So if you want to strictly follow what's written in the book, then you don't
Yes,
run a course. Run it to yourself.
Yes, that is
That
for
is that.
ourselves. And when it says that if this book reaches to you, it is your readiness that
Yes.
you go with the course. So definitely, if you understand many of the concept where you are eternal being, that is the one biggest thing to understand. That's where the forgiveness comes from. You create your own reality. That is a predefined understanding of us. Then this becomes easy. That my thought creates things. So in that state, you take this book and do it. But many of the time when you meet in a group with different sorts of people, they have different understanding, different belief systems. You want to break one, then they attach to another. Then that they also get loosened with time. And then the next goes on. So even we started with that understanding. Many of times we have said that, do not bring the concepts from other books. Try to experience here. We have learned many things from different books. We have everything. Now you open up with this line. Now you open up your understanding. So initially we have made so many, open reminders for not to reach out to other books or get things from other spaces. That's the very reason. And once you are ready, you are in that state, you will understand, you will bring that connectivity. The only powerful thing here with group is Definitely the group energy, the experiences. Second, the most important, that we will complete it at least once. Just like sampling we do at ice cream shop, we are at the first time, we are just doing a sampling, a new way of thinking, a new perspective, new being coming into life. You are doing second time, you are seeing difference. Now you are getting deeper. Now you do it 3 times. Then at one time you will want, to live this life. You would not even want to teach. You would want to live this life. Just be in that state all the time. Connected with higher self, knowing, learning, sharing, being love, shining love. And that's enough. We all will shift with our own desires, and we will bring beauty every moment. And everything is perfect, just the way it is.
Yes, I also wanted to mention one more thing, was that I'm really very grateful for masters like Geeta ji and other all of you who actually present your viewpoint. It's really very good for everyone, because I may not always be correct. I am speaking only from what I have seen, right? I have learned. But that's not all. That's not everything. I am still working from my limited mind. Okay, so please do your due diligence. Please, whatever I am saying, take it with a pinch of salt. Do your own understanding, bring your own understanding to it. And that's how you are going to have your experience of it. Right? I am not always correct. Remember that thing. I may have, I mean, in a certain situation, I felt something, and that's what I have communicated to you, but may not always be the right thing, right? So please do remember that I am sharing only what I know. Preeti is sharing what she knows, and you are sharing how you have seen it, and that's so beautiful. I appreciate, and in fact, I would want people to tell me
Yes,
what's
that's how
wrong
it has to be,
in what we are sharing. Yeah,
it is not a
right?
pravachan kind of thing that
Yes,
we are reading
exactly,
something and telling you something. It is
exactly.
from my very life experience. When I hear some comment, I put here.
Yeah,
Many of these things I don't share because when the right time comes, I will share that. But
yeah,
definitely every bit, every day, each of the sharing is like that. We don't have to come remember something from some session or from some book and then we have to say things. Today, I felt this way and I am going to say, you won't believe for last 3-4 years, whatever sessions we are running, I don't even write a word to start the session with, to even guide the meditation with. But because in that state, you receive automatic guidance. So that is important. Many times I would even try to write and speak. I do all the kachara thing because naturally what flows, it's so beautiful. It's just, accept yourself and be in that state.
yeah.
Um, that's how it is. I mean, you don't experience sharing what Patriji introduced. Is so powerful that made me speak. From there, only I learned to speak in the sessions also. So every day, my morning opening, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I will think something I would share tomorrow, but I don't even remember. Living in the present moment. So that change happens slowly, gradually, when we come in the state of flow, with living with love and with living with heart. Chapter number 13 is very important, the key of everything. So be ready for that tomorrow.
Okay,
But
Yes,
read
that is
Rinku
the
ji,
book.
yeah.
may I
Gitaji's
read a few
question.
lines before?
Actually, sorry, let me just finish, Gitaji. Your question has given me another insight that the 7-part sentence, it is, and the chapters after it is enlivening the heart and empowering the heart, So those 7-part sentence is the key to enliven your heart and empower your heart, and then let that experience flow into your life. If you see, like God and I claim and accept, until that point, I feel that it's the way to energize and feel that feeling, to feel that feeling in your heart. And after that, the thoughts part, when you start communication and you are in state of forgiveness, it is all the state of love and flow, that you experience. So you ask and then you receive it. And that's when your claim is completed and you release it. So you make the whole thing like that. So that just I got such an insight. So thank
I
you for
mean,
asking.
coming to chapter 15, where it says that now you are unified with your wholeness and completeness. Now you're unified with love. Now you're unified with all knowing intelligence. And that is what was happening in these chapters, actually. So every time we are saying this resisting thought, we are releasing and, we are healing ourselves. We are becoming closer and closer to that self only. We just have to activate and live it that way, not bringing my mind, living in the present moment, what other people are sharing, what it is bringing to me. Every word is energy, my God. If we realize that it is precious, we pay for those experiences with, difficult experience of life. So that is what um, is bringing us here together. And understanding it makes it so easy. I mean, if we have to just give the 7 parts formula and then how to exercise it to open all my petals. Babaji divided each and every chapter and then telling us to experience your unification with yourself in that higher self, in that greater self.
Then just now you mentioned that living in the present moment, I feel it a little differently, because I feel there is no present moment as such, because we are living moment to moment, and our presence in those moments is what matters. How present we are with moment by moment, and it doesn't matter if how you react at that situation, but if you have been mindful enough, nothing will go wrong, and it will be correct action. So that's how I see present moment.
Yeah. Being in awareness, being in full
Being in
awareness, being in the present. Yeah.
Right.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's hear Rinkuji. She has been very
Yes.
patiently waiting. Yeah.
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 Namaste to everyone.
Stay.
And thank you so much, Shailesh sir, Preeti ji, Neha ji. Really, really, what a beautiful meditation. I don't have words. I always say thanks to Dr. Sheelam, my sweetheart, जो जिन्होंने कनेक्ट कराया मेरे को. नो वर्ड्स. आई एम इन दैट स्टेट. टुडे दे आर सेइंग ना स्टेट. आई एम इन स्टेट ऑफ लव. आई वाज रिसीविंग लव टुडे whole time. It was so beautiful, and unified changed my life. I can say only this thing. It's really, really beautiful. No grudges. Sometimes you feel, but when I come back to my heart, no feeling for it, no bad thoughts, nothing. And this process holds that process what we thoughts, perfect health, desires, yes or no signal. It's really, really day by day, it is smoothly, everything is, happening so smoothly. Morning and night, what time we are doing that regular meditation, that but whole day you want to take the book and you want to read any chapter, you feel so happy. You are day by day you feel yourself, you have changed yourself like positive. Thank you, no words. I just gratitude. Thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
I want also to suggest to you is that don't hesitate in manifestation, right? Practice manifestation also. Practice. Just even if it is something small, keep practicing manifestation, because it is also sort of organizing your mind in the right direction, right? So please do that. Don't hesitate, because remember, everything is for me. All
Yeah.
the things around me is for my use. It's meant for me. Okay. And I don't own it. It doesn't matter, but it's there for me. Right? So manifesting is your right.
Oh, thank you so
Right?
much.
Yeah. So please
Thank
do
you,
keep practicing manifestation. Yeah.
thank you so much, Neha ji. You have such a beautiful voice, that connect you so you are in like different state. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, a reminder for this practical course, right? So we have to exercise even though I said that, okay, everything is there, but the thought part has to be resolved, and it has many aspect. We have many aspect. So regarding health, acceptance, self knowledge, and everything, we go deep and do that. As you said, I love the way. That's how it has been after doing Unified once. Just take any chapter today. I just open what I need to learn today, what I need to exercise today. Once you have done it, then there is no hard restriction to go like this or that. Till 15th chapter, you just open the book and enjoy your day.
Yeah, it's like that. Now this week, it's like you have lemon. Squeeze the lemon. That full juice is there now for us. Thank you so much.
So nice to hear you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's what I said, that Babaji has made sure that we don't get bored. So he has given us new things at
That is
every
very much
stage.
encapsulated.
Yeah. And anytime we will pick the book, we will find something for ourselves.
Yeah,
Everything is there. Like
correct.
our entertainment is guaranteed. So just keep at it.
A new opening keeps coming.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yes, Kumarji.
आत्मबंधन ऑल मास्टर ये हो गया कि नहीं देखता हूँ
Yes, we can hear you.
ओके ओके
Yeah.
हाँ आत्मबंधन ऑल मास्टर प्रीति जी शैलेश जी नेहा जी गीता जी ग्रेस जी ऑल द मास्टर थोड़ा एक दो बात शेयर करना चाहता हूँ गीता जी के लिए सो जब आप वो जेट खरीदेंगे ना if you buy that jet, Hindi group and English group, all's gonna fit in that private jet, and then we have to discussing on the air. Okay, world tour. Can you do it, please? We can be that private jet. We'll be there in the air and discussing about unified, and that's how we're gonna do it. Forget about the parking. And no one's gonna have you have to be parked in that place. So that's the one thing. Gita ji, thank you so much. Shailesh ji and Preeti ji, you are tired of that voice. That's really good. Make them humble, grounded, okay? If we keep listening only two people on how much they are limited information, is humanly possible. But Babaji gave them the channeling, but they have unlimited information. It's access that subconscious mind. But you pointing out, make them grounded, humble, and let other people also step in. That's really, really, I like it. Nehaji, you did the really great, always doing the really good. Don't take the ego, okay? You are not taking you. This is the way we have to handle it. Whenever I say it, I have to look at myself, not to be egos. So, and one other thing I will share with Gracie, I see her since taking class. She amazingly progress. I was so happy all the time she started saying, sharing, all of them. I cannot see myself, but I can see other people. But we are in the same place, and then getting the knowledge as much as we contributing to the our platform unifying. This is unifying. जितना बोले उतना कम है मुख I don't want to speak. I could less. How I want to say, I always gonna less. You can't say it complete. That's my feeling. Maybe everybody's doing same thing. You cannot share your experience, feeling. If you starting contributing the word, it's a less. So so it's a little bit too long. Thank you, Geeta ji. Please think about at least 150 passenger. We almost 150. If we get a free flight, everybody is going to join. In an English group, Hindi group, now it's almost 30, 70, and 90 people we are. And if you get a free flight, they want to be interested. Everyone interested. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Thank you.
God says only yes, tathastu. We have to
Yeah.
just say yes.
Also, in this flight, which Geeta ji is going to be the pilot, and we are all going to be sitting there. The front seat next to the door will be for Rinku ji, and we will fly to Singapore. Rinku ji is going to jump from the flight first and go and hug Neha ji. That is the plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
We are
We
doing
all
lot
will
of
be there.
manifestations here.
We
This is
all will be there.
this is possible. This simple thing, just be, Geeta ji, it's possible. There's nothing hold you there.
We'll
Please,
park the plane in the
include
air
that.
like a
Yeah,
spacecraft with our
yeah,
own energy. That's
yeah,
what Babaji is asking. If you combine the yogi book where the
yeah.
impossible is shared when it is taken as a superstition or the kind of unbelievable things, and
Yes.
then he says that you manifest on that level, see, it will happen. You
This
just
is sim-
he just talked about a little thing that you can actually fly,
yes.
but don't
Th-
make it difficult manifestation for you as of now. But yes, let yourself give yourself that wing.
Include everyone. So this all master, that's energy, and then you can be. This is simple. I don't think this is the big deal. So if you are, this is it's possible. It's
As you
more.
said, that's what I saw. The plane is parked in the air, right, like a spacecraft. And we
Mhm.
are all sitting there and doing this practice, sharing our experiences, and then
Yeah.
enjoying also.
And Gita ji, don't include only you. There's a $40,000. You can buy the a small Cessna, so you can use. That's nothing. I'm not talking that one. At least 150 passenger, and we all discussing same thing. This is a world tour, and we are discussing in the air. That's it's possible. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kumar sir.
You.
The thought had come. The thought had come that day only. So it must have come for a reason only. And don't worry, I'm a very rich woman. Uh, you specify the number of seats, I'm going to buy that. Actually, the
Thank you.
universe is just waiting for preparation of that hangar. That you said, no, we can even rent it. So even that thought has gone there. That they're all ready for that manifestation. I just wanted to say one thing because that was in a very lighter vein. Um, Earlier, I used to feel a heaviness because being an environmental engineer, I used to think that I am exploiting the nature's resources. But with this book, one thing has come that everything has been, you have been put in a universe with, you are free to enjoy everything. So that day I thought, yes, the problem comes when we start the ownership thing. The only problem there is we think of owning things. If we just think of claiming and enjoying, and then, okay, I'm done, moving on, there's no problem. There's absolutely no problem there. Now, this is what I have realized from this book. Earlier, it used to be that I'm creating some waste, I'm wasting water and all that, right? Still not with Shailesh on that cosmetics front because there is still a discernment about true desires and artificial ones. So, but one, I would say, load has been taken off my heart that uh, the nature wants us to enjoy. The creation is there for us to enjoy. So, with God's love, so if we enjoy that in love, there should be absolutely no guilty feeling about that. This is
Exactly.
what I want to do.
Absolutely. And
Hmm.
you see that you have got the real root of it. You have got the root of it that once we stop that ownership thing, we will not destroy nature as well. We will simply enjoy it and move on, right? We are not going to be owning something where we don't own anything because we just, it's there for us and it is always going to be there for us. I don't have to hoard anything. I don't have to damage anything. The environment as it is acceptable to me, right? That is what is going to, is the root thing. So environment will prosper and blossom and become as much enjoyable as everyone wants it to be. right? That's
And so
the
your words about sharing were also very deeply etched on my heart. When you said that people don't stop sharing the WhatsApp messages, but talk about thinking some material items, then they will be really hesitant. So I want to read something about empowered heart. May I?
Hmm.
Empowered heart. I will not read enlivened heart because that is in Hindi. Empowered heart is when we do not interfere in others' free will. We do not want to control others because that heart has full faith in God and Prakriti ke niyam is natural laws of creation.
Hmm.
So how does one get, so everyone and everything has been created with God's thought, with love. I do not stand between God and that one or that thing. And what are the symptoms that the heart is empowered? So I was thinking, so I wrote, if I have to test myself whether my heart is empowered or not, the first would be, am I not non-judgmental? So here I will get to know whether my heart is empowered or not. Second is whether I have an optimistic attitude. So here my attitude had changed, because earlier I was getting so pessimistic about the future of earth, why people are ruining. So now I understand that an empowered heart does not feel pessimistic. You have full faith in God's creation. So and and you let people do whatever they want, because God has given them an equal free will. So
Yes.
let them do whatever, because
Yes.
because since it's not my ownership, this planet Earth is not my ownership.
Yes. And we have to also remember this, the nature is abundant, right?
Yes.
So just think about it. If the people pluck one hair from the mustache of Ravan, what can they do? He has got 10 heads and 10 mustaches. You just pluck one hair from there, it does nothing to him, right? This is how nature is. Nature is abundant. It knows how to recover. It knows when what is necessary also, right? It will bring in by itself. We don't have to tell anything. It does things on its own because it has its own processes, its own way of dealing with situations, right? But the beauty of nature is that it provides for each one of us for our experience. And each one of us has a different requirement. It provides, still provides, right? This is the beauty of nature. Nature always keeps on creating, giving, and then destroying also. All the three parts are part of the nature. So sometimes the destruction that is necessary will come directly from nature. Sometimes it will come through all of us who are also part of the same very nature. We work for the nature. We may destroy part of the nature because nature wants it to be destroyed, creating
So
space for something new.
one cannot leave that discernment part. You gave a very important word,
Hmm.
because when one is mindful about all these things,
Hmm.
then discernment automatically comes.
Yes, 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 yes. Discernment is part of your wisdom. Wisdom which has come as an accumulated experiential knowledge from all your past lives, right? So discernment is level of, actually it is directly proportional to level of consciousness. Your ability to discern directly relates to your level of consciousness, which is constantly growing. The more we use our free will to experience things, the more our consciousness grows, right? So as our consciousness is growing, our wisdom is growing. That means our ability to discern is growing. Ultimately, what when we start empowering the heart, let's talk about that. Empowering the heart, really, to me, my understanding is empowering the heart means, and you got it absolutely correct in terms of the symptoms, that when I start giving more or higher priority to my heart than to my mind, I am shifting now the focus. The center of power is moving from the mind to the heart. That is empowerment of the heart. So far, I had kept it in the back seat. I am running my life with the mind. Right? Now, I want the heart to come forward in the driver's seat and have the mind sit in the back seat for some time and see what happens in my life. And that's the practice we are trying to do here. So, empowering the heart is basically prioritizing your communication with your higher self, the heart. The more you communicate, listen, follow through, and go through the experiences based on your communication with higher self or your intuition, whatever we may want to call it, that is going to directly relate to your wisdom. That is where the discernment comes from. It will come to you through your intuition only. This is my understanding of it, right? So empowering the heart is basically shifting our awareness from the mind to the heart. The more we remain at in that mode of heart space, the more our wisdom will be active. Then automatically our experiences will automatically change, because we are going to then operate from God's qualities.
Can I say something about heart?
Yeah.
So before even coming to spirituality, a real normal person, today Nehaji said that in your heart, you will not feel anything. You will not find anything other than love. That is true. That is very, very true. But we never lived like that. We had irsha, jealousy, complaints, that rigidness, not to accept love, that closedness was there, right? Our heart was not open to receive. So that was the state of my heart, at least I know. So we were afraid to live from that state, although we were living from that state, but we were afraid to giving it power, by if you listen somebody like BK Shivani, I used to hear, and then she's saying something, then I'm saying, why I'm not able to live that? I know it here, but I'm not able to live that. My heart is not empowered. It is not even strong enough to make decision, that I can totally trust what it is. And whatever he says, I go there, I do things. But now, what happened here in this chapter? You become one with all-knowing intelligence. So you deal what stops you not to carry this all-knowing intelligence with you. Then I saw these thoughts, what I shared today, right? And then I also thought, because now it gives me all the wisdom, it also gives me the responsibility, what we have been talking, that when you have all the knowledge, you also want to use it rightly. Am I in that state to receive all-knowing intelligence and to be that sashakt or the empowered being to carry this wisdom? So those were my rejecting thoughts to it. So that is where the resolution comes from within. You take one of the God qualities, you align, you tell yourself that in the center of your being, that vibration, that impulse is God, is love. Anything other than that is your creation. You let it go. You just simply let it go. That inner conversation happened. And then you give that, you are now in that state when you are in touch with your higher self. In that chapter, it emphasizes on the point where you have been coming from your intellect so far. Your mind has been playing the game. But now when you are unified with your higher self, your guidance is there. Are you ready to take it every moment? Now, as I speak today, the whole time the higher self signal is strongly on. So that gives me the trust that yes, now I can go with this. I speak, I share my words, my action, my deeds, everything is in alignment. So that is what we achieved in these two chapters with open flow of love and empowered with love. Because mainly love was ignored because it was understood as being weak. People have been always been hesitant living a feeling to live a life feeling based or heart taking the precedence because it knows it is not intellect, it is not intelligent, I would say. But then with this higher self connection and this yes and no signal coming together as another tool and this signal of higher self, it gives me that liberty that now I operate from here fully. Right. So then after that, the book only mentions two things which I read quite a lot in last couple of days, many times, because I wanted to get the answer from the book, as you said. And that is what I found, that this line are hidden, these lines are hidden. An empowered heart does all these things. It will lead you to the right action and then to fulfillment. Whatever you will do, you will not have complaints from your end. It will lead you to success. It will lead you back to wholeness. That is what an empowered heart does. When you have an empowered heart, how would you know? It happens. We don't do things, right? We are here in the state of being. So it happens. The moment we resolve that creating formula, we resolve those thoughts that is stopping me from being there. And then once my heart is enlivened, um, how my heart is enlivened is to connect with my total whole self, my entire self living in this body, my total intelligence, and the truth that is there, which is the truth of creation. So this is for my enlivened heart. How do I enliven my heart? By exercising my connection with my higher self, and how I live an empowered life is living that connection. Sorry about
That the last part is very important, living that connection, right? So if you have acquired wisdom from your higher self, then you have to also live it. Then only you are living in the heart, right? Not just simply acquiring, writing in your notebook and forgetting about it. It
So
doesn't.
the first thing comes the fears, the insecurity. That is what not letting me do that, right? And the specific fear here, not about the fear of death or losing anything, but the fear of not being able to be responsible with all that I learn. How to use it rightly, how to
Yes.
embrace this.
We have always been told that love is blind, huh? Dil to pagal hai. What is really the meaning of that? Think about the behavior of those who live from the heart. They don't always follow the logic. When necessary, they will be logical, but not always. And how people who are living in the mind, how they will look at it? Oh, this is illogical. This guy is crazy. This guy is blind. He can't even see this much. That's why these things are told, that love is blind. You do
Fall
things
in
which
love,
are not logical,
love, yeah,
right?
all
So
that weak word.
understanding that is important. So those statements are coming from the mind, because mind sees those things as illogical. How can somebody do that, right? There's that kind of thing. But the things coming from heart are beyond the logic. Remember that, right? Logic is only a very small portion of our total being. So you use the logic when necessary, not always. That's what living from the heart is, right? So it's tremendous, actually, from in terms of our experience in life, our experiencing life. It adds so much value. So, Preeti, there is a thing from Usha ji in the chat. Can you?
I would like Usha ji to take lead on that. What you want to do, you can use the group energy to, send your message or to expand your feelings. Please come forward. Everything that we feel for any situation, it is our time to act. So now there is no time sitting back. Please come forward. I'm giving you a chance to unmute. And if you want to say anything or pray, please use this time. I have given you option to unmute.
Yeah, I just wanted to just acknowledge it in the group that we feel a bit remorseful, and just say prayers. That's what I'm doing now as well. Just doing prayers.
Prayers as in?
If we can have 1 minute of quiet and just
Yes, please.
pray for the souls that have lost their lives. And may they rest in peace.
The airlines crash? Yes.
Let us go into silence for a moment.
Yeah.
And you can speak from your heart. Come back. So we all have our own state where we feel things differently. There are knowledge, there are wisdom that guides us, and each individual has their own state. So that's why this moment of silence was there for you to speak. And just know that all is well. There's only love. We may not perceive it at this point of time, but you will see it. Thank you.
I just would like to add, it was not only that many people who died yesterday or whenever that happened. There were thousands more people who left the body on that day. Why are we going there only to these specific people? We are living in fear. We have to work on that fear in us. That's what is pulling that, bringing that into your awareness. It is a trigger to tell us that we need to work on our fears. Remember that. Always, any event happening, it doesn't matter what it is, how catastrophic it is, it doesn't matter. Any event is telling something to me. And what is it? I am interested in that only. This is not the first time such an event has happened. Right? It is a manifestation of somebody or a group of people. They manifested it. So so many types of manifestations are happening all around us all the time. What I am trying to explain to all of you is that do not become sentimental about these things. They will happen. They will continue to happen. This is how nature works. But always bring awareness to what happened in me from that event. What did it trigger? That is more important. Right? So, my request to all the participants in the group is that stop listening to news. It generates fear in you. You are basically opening your door to garbage to enter your head. That is all it is doing. Think about it, like in your world, in your manifestation, whatever is there is your manifestation, right? It doesn't matter what else is happening in other people's manifested world. It is their manifestation, right? I am in the moment. My awareness should be where I am in my own manifestation. That's my comment on this.
And all the talks we have been talking about it, but I really do not want to hurt anybody's feeling. Definitely, after having experience of COVID, we cannot judge a situation that it is how poor and bad. But definitely, you take a situation and just send love. If you see a million people dying, you just send love to them, because there's nothing that we are losing. It's just recycling that is happening. God only made a recycle. He didn't let anything vanish out of the scene. So, yes, anything hurts, just send love and be there. There's nothing that we are losing actually.
Exactly. Understanding losing is very important. These experiences teach us that what is the meaning of losing something. Losing happens only when we think it is mine. If it is not mine, I don't lose it,
Yeah.
right? That's what is important. So we have to always be aware of where my thought is taking me. Always, always, always be aware of what your thoughts are doing to you, right? So be in that awareness, because these things do happen, they will keep happening. Who knows
It
what
is
happens
in
tomorrow?
limelight, right? It's in media because it's everybody's day-to-day life now. So
Media
there
is
are
a
still,
media encashes on such events, and they will kind of use this. Don't be surprised if politicians start using this for their purpose, because everybody is aware of it now. So
she's
this
saying, right? So she
people,
lost some of her
people are
friends.
vulnerable right now. They are going to attack.
So
So
also
basically
the,
fear.
yes, the manifestation is happening all the time. That's the most important thing to learn. And we do not see others' mind. We do not see other state of being. So that's what you said, right? Lost. And she wrote here that some of my friend was on the flight. So that loss was for that people, that connection that we had.
Yes, and it is to teach you something. Bring your awareness to what is it teaching me, right? We are always no, everybody tends to forget the fact that the moment I was born, my death started. We all start dying from the day we are born. And when that actual event happens, we think that is death. It's not that. It is happening every moment it is happening continuously. It's a process. What we call as life is actually process of death.
How well prepared we are, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean,
being
how we live
prepared.
our life, it's taken care. If we live in fear, the fear doesn't go. Even after death, our mind stays with fear, living in that vibration, living in without body, hanging somewhere, looking for help, or sometimes even it doesn't know if there is a help. The vibration of fear stays. So masters come to tell us to meditate, clear your thought process, be idle, don't think for 1 hour. Patriji used to say that 3 hours, 10 hours a day, don't think anything, go in meditation. That was the reason he was telling. Do not, at least for then those many hours, your 70,000 thoughts will be maybe 10,000 or 20,000.
Now,
if you
my
meditate that
suggestion
long.
to Ushaji, my suggestion is that sit in a quiet period, just sit quietly and remember all those friends that you lost in this incident. Remember all of them, bring them into your awareness. They are all there, they are all around you. Bring them and then give them love and wish them well in their further journey. Just do this much. Okay? Bring them to your awareness, give them your love, and wish them well in their further spiritual progress and journey. Right? Just do that much. That is good enough even for you and for them, for both of you.
Any
Thank you,
conversation to take
Sailash.
away
Thank you.
the fear. They would be in fear right now. They would be in loss and that attachment with family and all that. So once we come to meditation, these incidents, any loss of family members or loved ones, or and in such situation, that's what I did. I mean, I just said that there's only love and light all around you. Just go to your own place. That uninvited influences. The prayer is for anything and everything. I do that even for insects at times. So with love, that prayer is for everybody to remind, even though they were not in the spiritual path, learning what we got the opportunity to practice together. You can just pass on the message. They are coming to you for help, talking. If you are thinking about them, they are with you. Just know that.
Yes. And also, the way things happen, think about it like that. All such of those people who actually wanted to manifest that experience, knowingly or unknowingly, they manifested it, and they all came to that point together so that they can experience it, right? Situations in their lives created that opportunity for them to manifest. They all got into that plane for that manifestation only. And some of those who were actually probably going to board that plane may have dropped out because they were not ready for that manifestation yet. So it is not out of the nature's way of doing things. It's very much part of the nature's way of doing things, right? We all end up in that place at the right time. This is how things happen. I again, I think it is one of the Osho's stories that I heard this thing about the prime minister of a king was told in his dream or something that by evening he will be taken away, right? So he went to his king and he said, well, give me your fastest horse that you can give me. I want to go as far from this place as possible because by evening I don't need to be here, because by evening they want to come and take me away. So the king gave him, he loved this prime minister so much, he gave him the fastest horse he had, and this guy started running and running, constantly kept running for 10 hours with the horse, and the horse supported him all the way, and he reached into far away land. And as he parked his horse under a tree and said, okay, now I can rest here peacefully. And the Yamaraj, he appeared there. He said, thank you for coming here. I was wondering how, because you were supposed to be taken in this place, and I was wondering how will I bring you here to take you away. You have come here. Thank you for doing that for me. And he was taken away. So remember this, right? When our time to go comes, we reach there. Right? This is how things. So all these people came and boarded that plane for that reason only. They had to go, so they boarded that plane. And also remember, if you know historically, from these crashes, these kind of events, not just crash, all kinds of catastrophic events, many of the people come out alive, come out and continue their life, because they were exceptions. They were not part of that plan. They were in the wrong place, so they were given a way out from there. So the entire thing is happening. We have to look at it from a perspective of ownership. We own our life. We determine what happens to it. We determine every experience that's coming in. Whether we are aware of it or not is a different thing. We are always creating our own experiences. So, thank you for bringing this up, Ushaji, and I hope this will help all of us. Others may also be thinking about it. And so, yeah, let's hear Grace ji.
Yes, Shailaji, like today, everybody shared their experiences were really, really amazing. And I know, like what Ushaji shared was coming from my heart too. And there's a lot to share, but I will not talk much. And but because of this experience that I don't remember the name, this lady was sharing, and remember we did that session where your loved ones go. So your loved ones are in your heart because your heart is the universe. So they
Yes,
don't go anywhere. They're right there. You can
they
just
are
meet
right.
them. You can talk
Exactly.
to them. And also, why do we say, like, oh, that one is gone? Why do we feel sad? Because we're feeling sad because of us, not because of them. Because we cannot talk to them because we are still in the mind. We think that we cannot talk to them, we cannot touch them, right? But if that's their journey, then we should respect that, right? We should respect that and we should let them go. We should send them love and light if you want. And but I know those kind of things are deeper and people don't know about that. So which is okay, but that's the thing, right? They're there. They're always there. They're
Yes,
not gone anywhere, and that's what they decided to
yes,
get those type of experiences. So why not, right?
exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, about my meditation experience that I felt today, and that remember I shared you the experience when I hugged the tree the other day, and I got the deeper understanding of that experience also, because in that moment I felt, and even today like I felt that everything is love and all that. But then I also felt about that experience that it was not me only who wanted that hug, that closeness, that touch. It was the tree also. The tree also wanted that hug, and tree was happy too. So we
Yes.
both were happy, like hugging each other. So that was so wonderful. So this petal like unfolded today. Otherwise, I was only thinking about me, like I'm seeing love, and I'm everything is love. But the other, like, because everything is love, love wanted love to hug, right? Both to each other. And also, I thought, like, during this conversation about that formula, like I and God, like God and I. And then I was thinking, why do we say God and I? Why not just God claim and accept? And why not just I claim and accept? Because if we use the word I claim and accept, means that might come from the ego self, from the ego part, not from the God part. But if we combine it with the God, with the awareness that I am made in the image of the God, that would give us more, like more intuition, more connection to the love, to the source, and that will help more manifesting what we want in our life, and also to know truly the deepest desire. Because otherwise we always say, like, I want this, I claim this, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, right? But then when we do this formula, like, suppose there's no formula, but if you're true in your heart, you just don't need, you just say, it just comes, you don't even say, it just comes and it just radiates from your body and it gets manifested. But when you are using the formula, it gives you the practice, it gives you I don't have exact word, like it gives you support, because we all are human beings, we are not every moment in that state of being connected to the God. So this formula gives us the practice that now we are in the state of uh, in the connection with the God, and this formula really does wonders. So without questioning, like not that without questioning, I mean to say, like, we should trust it and then question, right? Not just so these are all things that just unfolded today. And one more thing, when they were talking about like sometimes we do the things mind too. But remember, even when we do the things with the mind, that comes from the higher self too. That intuition comes from the higher self too. Like now, this is the time to use your mind based on your like your experiences and all that. So that everything, once everything comes from the mind, that's when whether it's logical or not logical, whether it's only coming from the heart, from the higher self.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's just wanted to share.
sure. So let me explain this one aspect to it is that all our life we have been manifesting. That's the way we create experiences, right? We have created experiences, but unconsciously. Now
Yes,
we are
yes,
learning to become conscious creators.
yes,
Through the formula, we are deliberating, right? With a proper, organized thinking, we are creating experiences,
yes,
right?
yes, and
That's the
also
difference.
yes, you're right. And also now because we know this formula, now if I say, oh, I want this, but then I would stop myself. Oh, let me ask if it is really true for me or not. You know, that will give me more awareness because I know the formula. I know that it might not be my true desire, or it not might be in it might be in my favor, but maybe it's not in favor of someone else. But I want to manifest that is for everybody. That
Yes,
doesn't interfere with anybody else's free will or desire, or doesn't hurt them, at least. So if it is comes from the heart, it won't hurt anyone. So that formula, even if we are not using in that moment, even if we are doing something, we're trying to manifest something else, that formula will, that knowledge that we just got, just maybe just the knowledge would stop us from, oh no, Grace, think about it. Do you really want it? Ask your higher self, or ask your heart, do you really want to do it? So that again, like it gives the awareness before, it gives the awareness during the when you're trying to manifest, and it gives you the awareness that you manifested, which was good for everybody, including you and everyone else,
exactly,
right?
exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Very good.
I know.
It's a simple example would be I want to become rich versus I want my entire community to be rich, right?
Yes,
I am
yes.
part of the community anyway. When
Yeah.
everyone around me is rich, I am also rich and everybody is enjoying, then the experience. So if I imagine that experience of existing in a community where everyone is rich
Yes, 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 yes.
versus only
Beautiful.
I am rich and everybody around me is poor,
Yes, yeah.
how will my experience be? Right?
Oh, yeah,
I open my window and I see suffering
yeah,
versus I open my window and I see prosperity everywhere.
yeah, yeah,
That difference, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, thank
Thank you,
you, thank
Grace.
you,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Yeah, bye.
Thank you, dear masters. So we come to an end of this session for today. Let us all continue the practice for tomorrow, and we get together again and complete this week's practice tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. And definitely yes. Um, uh, Thank you, Nehaji, for this beautiful experience today. You added so much value to the program today, and everyone has experienced that love and joy. Thank you.